All right, greetings everyone. This is Aquas, and this is the Shooting Game Weekly, episode number 45. And this time, we're bringing it into 2014 with the Fever, Dangun Feveron. Oh yeah, we got just the excited crowd in the background, the pants exploding already with the notice of Dangun Feveron. Anyway, Dangun Feveron, another cave game. Most notably known for the disco. It's got like a disco theme going on. It's a combination of a disco and a shmup together inside one. And so this week, yeah, it's gonna be myself and Frenetic.
Yeah, the F man's in the house. Do the hustle.
Yeah, someone was talking about like getting a. Someone tweeted on the STG Weekly like they wanted to see like a GIF of you doing a disco dance or something.
I'll do
So
that at the shmup meet. Yeah.
because like basically if you're like standing anywhere in the proximity of a Dangun Fever cabinet, like you start dancing and stuff because like there's a disco ball that's actually modified on top of it. Not really. Um so yeah.
Disco
That
balls
would have been awesome.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, that's my buddy. Yeah, that's Jello Man. That's my buddy Chris. Holla, Chris.
Oh, what up,
He,
Jello Man?
yeah, he's another LBC guy, so we're gonna hang out. We hang out sometimes.
And we're also joined by Emuser as well. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
For coming back. You were on the Ketsui episode, of course, and now you're back for some Dangun Feveron. So yeah, Dangun Feveron. It's another cave shmup. Came out in 1998 in the arcade. So one of the earlier cave era games. Pretty interesting. So yeah, main thing about it, it is kind of disco themed shmup. Also, kind of the main distinguishing factor about it is it's got pretty fast bullets and a pretty interesting scoring system where you collect trapped disco men in little disco balls. They're trapped cyborgs or something, but they fall when you destroy enemies quickly, and it's all about destroying enemies quickly in Dangun Feveron, so that these disco men start falling to the bottom of the screen. So they start falling to the bottom of the screen, and if they reach the bottom of the screen, they bounce back up, and you got to collect them all in a chain. Make sure none of them get away from you in order to actually get a decent score in the game. But so why don't we just talk briefly just about what the setup in Dangun Feveron is like. You have you start out. You can select 4 different speeds for your ship. It's kind of interesting because there's different ways to play. You also have 3 different fighters. One of them has a kind of it's concentrated shot. Type A, Type B is a 3-way shot. Type C is a wide area shot. And then beyond that as well, you also have your powerful shot or your laser attack, which can also be used. And then there's lock on for that one, which is the replay we'll actually be watching by a SAPS. He uses the lock on. It shoots a buzz attack. There's bombs, which launches these big missiles. When you hold the shot button, once again for the laser button, and roll, which is like a Mega Man X Buster shot, which is my preferred shot in the game. It's pretty much like Mega Man X, so it's got that going for it as well. Then you just got some typical items. You got your shot power-ups, and you got a 1-up item in the game as well. I guess we'll mention that once in the replay as well. And then the capturing of the Disco Man scoring system. And so that's kind of the gameplay mechanics for Dangun Feveron. What would you say like your first impressions are of Dangun Feveron, guys? Like what what was it? What do you think? What do you think about Dangun Feveron? I guess, or to kind of go into this.
Like very first impressions when we first touched it.
I don't know. I guess I'm just asking kind of generally what type of feel this game has. I said it's very fast paced and stuff.
Like it's the fastest cave game I think in existence. I mean, it's just crazy, insane, fast and furious. Just like it's weird because you get really pissed if you die in Dodonpachi or Ketsui or some other cave game, but in this game, not quite as much. Like it's still very brutal, a very scary game, but
so
it doesn't feel like it takes itself too seriously.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's got a really weird story about
Yeah, I can read that right now.
Yeah, go
actually.
ahead. The
So-
story is pretty.
So this is off of World of Arcades by the Sheep, and this is kind of like their Parodius, like how Konami had the Parodius games. This is kind of their parody. So here goes. Here's the description, which was translated by Gaijin Punch and summary by the Sheep. So I'll interject. This is the background story.
Okay.
Planet Maruto, a well-known powerful military force in the Milky Way, sends out a flagship under the command of Admiral Grazi to attack the Earth in order to gain one of its most desired raw materials in the galaxy, water. On Planet Fever, a small planet between Maruto and the Earth, a base was planned to be installed. From there, the attack vessel should start the invasion of planet Earth. But before Admiral Grazi's plan was fulfilled, a mysterious wave appeared in space and confused the instruments of Maruto's fleet and disrupted Admiral Grazi's love chat with his wife, Irene Catherine. He got so angry to such an extent that he forced his fleet to land on the source of this wave. So the wheel of fate began to spin.
All right, so the battle actually takes
What?
place. So the battle actually
Very
takes place on
beautiful.
that on the planet in between that Maruto place. Is that right? Or, I don't know, somewhere.
And
Yes.
planet Earth.
I don't
And
understand.
the ships are, so Type A is the girl, and then Type B is Afro, and the Type C plant is McCoy.
Fuck yeah, I made it the girl.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I actually
The
put a
blue
picture of the
coffee.
characters on the stream, so we can
Yeah.
actually see them.
Yeah.
They're cool people from the 70s. Okay. Yeah, so the story is pretty funky. Yeah, also the game's got a really good bomb. All right, so the emphasis in Dangun Feveron is to kill stuff as soon as possible, and along with because if you do that, these disco mans will drop to the bottom of the screen. However, if you don't kill stuff immediately, that's when these really fast bullets get shot by these enemies. Like every enemy probably has a pretty vicious fast bullet attack, or there's various enemies, the stationary ones. If you the longer you leave them alive, the more threatening they definitely get. So emphasis in this game is just to destroy stuff as soon as possible, and if you can, it goes pretty well. But obviously, so the first few stages are a little bit easier. But yeah, once you get to stage 4 and 5, you start to realize that the bosses are actually quite difficult. You really need some good execution to take them out. But then in stages 4 and 5, it almost gets Raiden or kind of Strikers 2 loop-esque with really fast bullets and kind of some things you got to expect if you're actually gonna complete it. Another nice thing about the bombs is when you use the bomb, it actually freezes the disco men that are anywhere on the screen, and it freezes time, and you can collect all the disco men to keep the disco men chain. So it's really important to keep the chain, because if you drop the chain at all of the disco men, you actually don't get a really nice boss bonus, which ties in with a chain disco man count if you have it. So there's a really big boss bonus for having the disco man, and there's another end of stage bonus. So it's really all about that, and you really don't score that well if you do drop the chain. So yes, for SAPS' replay, we're just gonna be looking at just a straight much one credit clear. Not so much focus on the scoring, and I believe this was SAPS' his first time one credit clearing the game as well, so there's going to be kind of that tension as well in the run where he's going to be fumbling around in the last stages trying to beat this thing. But okay, so beyond all the explanations though, I really enjoy this game when you're playing it. The disco music just kind of you get in the groove of it, and then you hear this announcer just constantly yelling
Can't stop this fever.
Yeah, the various quotes that he yells.
Heaven is inside my soul.
The various quotes, it just gets you pumped up, and
Fever.
there's really just
Gotcha.
there's no other
Oh
shmup
yeah.
quite like
Oh
it.
no.
Well, all right. So okay, well, let's just get into the replay. What do you guys think? Is there anything else to talk about here?
Well, can you guys?
Not really. You've gone over like the ship choices, power, laser, whatever you want to call it, laser,
Yeah.
shot type, speed. I guess the only thing would be to mention is that, of course, you could pick any of those three ships, any of those three lasers, and then the speed is up to you. But whatever speed you pick, you have to stick with that for the rest of the game.
Right. Indeed.
Don't pick speed 1. You can't win.
There's a hint. I just wanted to talk about how did you guys? This is not like one of the most popular cave games. Like it's kind of like the odd duck. But how did you guys when you're playing and then you drop a Disco Man, which is so infuriating for me?
Oh my god!
No,
Every time I hear that piano smash sound, I usually die because it makes me so angry.
Oh, okay. Do you restart your run, or how do you press forward on from dropping a Disco Man? Because basically your run is ruined for score.
Your run
right?
is ruined if you're playing for score, but I haven't ever hit that point. I just kind of suck it up and just move on and keep going.
Yeah, to really play the game for score, like you have to be able to beat the game for survival, like pretty consistently. I think, like you gotta know what's happening because the whole score thing is related to destroying enemies as soon as possible. Some enemies won't give you the Disco Man if you wait just like 1 second for them to be on screen. So since the emphasis is on destroying them so quickly, I think that is part of it.